Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is Roz and Mocha.
it's Roz Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow! You just won $1,000.
That's amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Mocha.
Yes,
Are you ready?
I am.
Let's do the news.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
News break.
The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade was yesterday. I don't know if you watched it. I watched every second of it. I can answer any question anybody has.
Was there
I'm not serious.
biggest float?
I don't know.
Oh, was there a theme, like most common theme?
Christmas.
Ugliest float?
Don't know.
Anything controversial?
Nope.
Any surprise guests?
Nope.
Who performed?
Brandy?
Okay.
Did they have the giant?
Any big shockers? Like, what were people talking about online?
I don't know.
Was it the giant turkey
No.
float?
No.
Did
Okay.
you even watch it?
I watched every
Any-
second of it.
Any
What did I just say?
themed floats from like movies that we would know or TV shows?
Maybe like a Minion.
Maybe a Minion?
Yeah.
Was
From the-
Cheryl Lee Ralph Mrs. Claus?
Don't know.
How good did Dolly look?
Well,
That was football.
Oh.
Wow, you really
But
watched-
also great. Here, let me go through some of this. Let me go through some of this stuff. Here. The big story of the parade was that Beyonce was not there, but Beyonce did give them a video message where she also provided a new trailer for the Renaissance film.
Hey, it's Beyonce wishing you and your family a very happy Thanksgiving. And I'm so honored to share with you the first look at the new Renaissance film trailer. Rumi, can I teach you a trick? You got to turn it to the side. Yeah, there we go. I have nothing to prove to anyone at this point. I wanna house you, make it take my name. I'm gonna spouse you. We are creating our own world. Can I take you? This is my reward. Nobody can take that away from me.
That's facts. I cannot wait.
Yeah, it looked good. Also,
Did it though?
Also, yeah.
Because you watched the whole thing.
I watched the whole thing.
Okay. Do you remember seeing that part?
Yep.
Did you fall asleep during any point of the
not at all.
parade?
No,
Okay.
no, not at all. Belle Biv DeVoe and TMNT did a mashup during the parade.
Like Ninja Turtles?
Yep.
Oh, sick.
People were loving this.
Girl, I must I said something strange in my mind. Yo.
So what were the...
Okay.
When Belle Biv DeVoe was performing this, what were the Ninja Turtles doing? Just dancing?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, you guess. You watched it.
I did. The big sort of star of the day was Cher came out to do her new Christmas song, which was DJ Play a Christmas Song, I think it's called. Here's Cher. And I sort of felt bad for Cher, too, a little bit.
Why?
Because every single artist forever has lip sync when they do the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade because they're just not set up to do any performances. They're on trucks. There's no speakers. There's no anything, right?
Yeah.
But Cher was the only one that was getting killed for lip syncing. Everybody lip syncs at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day
also
Parade.
never sang live.
I think because people expect more of Cher because she is that legendary.
No, but people are like, oh my God, I can't believe Cher's lip syncing. Like, everybody lip syncs at the Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Yeah.
But Cher was the only one that got called out for
But
it.
she's never performed live.
What do you mean?
You go to her concerts, that's all she does is lip sync.
But I'm talking about the Thanksgiving Day Parade. Nobody performs live at the Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Well, Cher should have.
Nobody does.
I understand the outrage.
Brandy didn't. Jimmy Fallon didn't. He sang his new song.
Oh, yeah?
Right? With a band that wasn't doing anything. They were all just standing there, clapping their hands, but yet there's drums, right? Like, nobody does it. Nobody does it live. Ever.
I can understand the outrage.
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's Cher.
Yeah? The outrage is warranted to you?
Very much.
Really, huh? I don't know about that, man. Anyway, the parade was it was incredible. It was a very emotional experience. I loved every second of
Your
it.
detailing of it from beginning to end?
Ask me anything. I'll tell you anything you want to know. I watched the whole thing.
What was the first float?
What's that?
The first float.
The one at the front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it?
It was the one at the front.
Was it a character?
What?
What character was it?
No.
What?
What was the last one?
Santa.
Before Santa.
Cher.
Before Cher.
The turkey?
No.
Where in the lineup was a turkey?
What?
Was there a turkey?
Yes. There was. I can guarantee you there was.
Yeah?
I can guarantee you there was.
You can.
What color was it?
Solely based on the fact that the parade was on NBC. So there's no way they're doing a parade without a turkey. So
On
yes,
Thanksgiving.
confirmed on the turkey.
Okay.
Okay?
Great review. Thank you.
Or was it a peacock? Yeah, it was a peacock.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
There is now an AI sex coach launched by the therapy platform called Beducation.
I'm looking it up on his phone right away.
Come on, man. Allegedly.
We'll be dishing out tips to frustrated men on how to get lucky more often, they say.
I don't need any help.
Users can begin with a free trial, Shem, but have to eventually pump out $25 a month for unlimited advice.
Oh, unlimited, you say?
Beducations. They range from courses put together by some of the world's, they say, top sex therapists.
Come on, Shamroy.
Members can ask for a custom-built step-by-step guide.
Continue taking good care of my Shami.
As well as tips to improve attractiveness.
Shami, mom loves you.
Oh, that's so weird.
And performance.
That's a joke.
I'm leaving the show.
The AI tool is also able to discuss sex-related topics in detail.
Okay.
This, of course, while other platforms, including ChatGPT, refuse to engage, much like Shem's mom, in adult conversations.
Continue taking good care of my Shami.
Oh, man.
Hold on. I don't know what this one is, but it's new. Let me.
You are always an odd child.
Oh, okay, never mind. Never mind.
Come on, Shamroy.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Kim Kardashian's kid, Northwest, has no chill, and I love it. And I love that they put all this stuff on the television show, on the reality show. I've never seen their show, but I watch it and stuff like this the next day. So Kim was getting ready for the Met Gala, okay? And she was with her designer, Daniel Rosberry, as well as, who else? Courtney joined in at some point. But basically, it's Kim, her designer, who was working on her outfit for the Met Gala, and North. And she asks North what she thinks of her outfit.
There's way too much gaps in the pearls.
I think we felt the same.
We felt the same. It looks like she's a Hawaiian girl with her dress all ripped.
Okay, so if we fix the pearls by the leg, because those were all restrung for us.
The pearls look fake.
Oh. No, I think you're wrong here. These are very expensive real pearls. I think you need a lesson on pearls. We're not going for like flapper girl. We're going for like vintage, authentic, pearly girly.
It's looking like beachy.
Okay, so that's why we covered the stomach so it doesn't look beachy.
It's like the diamonds are on it.
This is my worst nightmare. Like,
oh my God.
Come to life.
I like the pearls. I just don't like that it looks like from the dollar store.
Oh no! Yo.
It's like I'm being punked the night before the Met, getting read for filth by a 9-year-old.
Okay, I respect your opinion. Please just be easy on me today, okay?
I am. I'm not gonna lie. I won't say it at all. If you don't want me to, well, I'm not gonna lie.
There's a way to be honest and not hurt people's feelings.
So I want you to learn that because there's a way to say, you know, I might not love that. You know, I might not love your necklace or your outfit.
Wow.
Or your outfit.
Wow. Yo,
Kids
that
are
was
ruthless.
incredible.
Oh my God, kids are the best.
That was incredible.
I like the pearls. I just don't like that it looks like from the dollar store.
Hey, you know what's funny is that in that whole clip, like they're trying to reason and explain in detail
why she's wrong.
Yes. And like, no, honey, this is actually
yes.
Like you don't understand, and here's why.
You don't. You don't. And also, you're being very hurtful.
I like the pearls. I just don't like that it looks like from the dollar store.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
According to a new poll, a lot of people still haven't started their Christmas shopping.
I have not.
A quarter of us, they say, close to a quarter of us, don't start Christmas shopping until December 1st at the very earliest. Maury, when do you start? You said what?
Usually like a few days before I'll order stuff for my brothers.
16% said the first half of December and 7% said the second half of December. So that's 23%. The same percentage of people are super early shoppers. 23% start in September or earlier. Is that you, Mocha? You're shaking your head.
Yeah.
You do,
I actually
huh?
bought Maury's Christmas present yesterday.
You did?
What'd you get him?
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
We're almost done our Christmas shopping.
You are, huh?
Yeah.
Did you get Maury something he'd like?
Wait, are you referring to yourself in third person?
That way he'll answer it.
I got something that I know, damn it, Matthew is going to love.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's how you do
kitchen
it.
stuff, huh?
Yeah. It's like when your kid starts getting all your gifts, and you're like, so nothing for me then?
Yeah.
Just for the kid?
Just sit here.
Just sit here and do nothing. Cool. Thanks.
I'm no point asking you.
Why? I have started.
Oh, you have?
I've done a little bit.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
I've done a little bit.
Shem, quickly, you?
A lot of recon? No.
Maria?
No.
No. Not at all?
Not even a little bit.
You were just in New York this weekend. You didn't do any shopping? Not for anybody else?
No.
No. Okay, cool.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Tiffany Haddish is planning to get help following her second arrest for suspicion of DUI over the weekend. She did a Q&A with Entertainment Tonight saying this will never happen again. This is the second time in 2 years. So I guess early Friday morning, Tiffany was found asleep in her car again, which witnesses said was stopped in the middle of the road. Tiffany said that her Tesla parked itself after she fell asleep behind the wheel, but it was still blocking a portion of the street.
Oh, Teslas can do that?
Yeah. She says, I'm going to get some help so I can learn balance and boundaries, she said.
Wow. Good for her, though.
Yeah, I guess. Twice, though. How many times are you going to fall asleep at the wheel? That's crazy.
Was the first time?
Same thing. Found her in the middle of the road, sound asleep.
That Tesla, though.
In the car.
Uh-huh.
I guess the Tesla just like if you doze off,
How does it know?
I guess your hands drop from the wheel and then
Is it like monitoring?
I don't know.
I
I wouldn't doubt it. Like if that is the case, I don't know anything about Teslas or what it's like to drive. But like if you have like a medical emergency, I guess the car doesn't veer off the road. Like it'll just park itself for you.
Yeah.
And probably park itself.
Or maybe like I don't know. Who knows? Like through the watch.
I don't know. I don't know.
Like you know on your. I mean you guys don't know, but or Maria, maybe you know because you have an Apple Watch.
Yeah.
But they have like a thing right now on the watch where if it senses that you are in distress, it will call 911.
Oh, really?
Really? Mine doesn't do that.
Distress like how?
So
like,
okay,
like
ridiculous story.
Yes.
So a friend of mine, they went to Disney.
Okay.
And he was on a ride, like a roller coaster.
Oh no.
And his heart rate went like through the roof. Like he was going nuts on this roller coaster.
Right.
That it called 911. And then when he got off the ride, his phone was ringing and it was like Orlando police. And they were like, this is 911. Did your watch alerted? Are you okay? And he was like, yeah, I'm just at Disney. And I got off
a lot. Do you think
scary
that
ass roller
happens? Do you
coaster.
think that happens during sex with people?
I mean,
I am
Shut up,
mad.
Sean. Yeah, right.
If you're wearing your watch.
You're not getting that call, Sean.
Nobody's coming to save Shem? No.
I'm already saved.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I guess Feb 16th is the day J-Lo's new album and also film will simultaneously be released. The film is hitting Prime Video. Here's a little bit of that.
When I was a little girl, when someone asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up,
What?
my answer was always in love.
Oh.
This is me now. This is me
I guess
So
that's what everyone's doing now, huh?
This is me now. Yeah. And Taylor's movie is going to be available for on demand in December.
On her birthday.
Yeah. And then Beyonce's movie is also dropping in December, I believe.
That one's in theaters, all right?
Yes.
Beyonce's is this Friday.
Is it Friday?
December 1st.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. So yeah, but this is the thing. They're all
Gotta do it.
Gotta do it.
It's
man.
another way of making money.
Yep, it is.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Mike the Situation has got a brand new book out. I don't know if you knew about this, Mocha.
Pre-ordered, baby. What's it about?
It's called Reality Check, Making the Best of the Situation, How I Overcame Addiction, Loss, and Prison. Making the best of the situation. So I didn't know how much drugs Mike the Situation was on during the heyday of Jersey Shore. And so this is Mike breaking down with Entertainment Tonight where exactly that $500,000 on drugs went.
So did the fame and the celebrity exacerbate the drug use?
100%. It was like gasoline on a fire.
Really?
But I did spend about $500,000 on cocaine and
God.
oxycodone. I had everything on me at all times, in my Louis Vuitton bag, everything from, a couple hundred Rockettes, which are 30 milligram oxycodones. Then I'd have probably 150 Percocets on me, which are 10 milligram oxycodones. Then I would have probably 100 Xanax on me, 100 Valium. And if I wasn't traveling on a plane, maybe I would have some weed and cocaine as well. And on shows like Dancing with the Stars and the talk shows, I was always high.
Yeah.
I was always high.
How many times have you been to rehab? 4?
It was 4, yes. It was, 4. When I finally got to rehab in 2015, that was definitely my low. My lowest was like a day or so before that, when I did something I never thought I was gonna do.
Which was?
Well, I ended up trying a drug that I never thought I would try, a drug that kills most people.
What was that drug?
It was heroin.
Oh my God, what?
Yeah. So he also, in the book and in the interview, he talks about when they went to Italy. And I never watched this show, so I don't know this season. But there's like a famous clip, and it's all over YouTube, where he freaks out and he's banging his head against the wall when they were in Italy,
him
right?
and Ron were going to fight.
So he explains in the book and in the interview, when they went to Italy, because he had to get all these pills through TSA and then through security on the other end. And what he did was he took apart one of his shoes, right?
Okay.
The sole off one of his shoes, and he put like 200 pills in the bottom of this shoe, and then put it all back together, took that one shoe and threw it in a suitcase with a bunch of other shoes. And then it got through TSA, and when they got there, they had to go through the MTV producers where they went through all their stuff to make sure they didn't have anything. And as soon as they opened his suitcase, Mike just grabbed those shoes and put them on and was like, here, I just want to wear these. And he changed his shoes so they didn't find the drugs. And what he was saying is that he had basically budgeted that he was going to take 3 pills a day. But because he's an addict, he wound up taking 6 pills a day.
Oh my God.
So he was saying that scene with the fight where he banged his head against the wall, that's what happened when the pills ran out.
Oh.
So he was going through hardcore withdrawal.
Yeah.
Right?
Explains so much.
Huh?
It explains so much when you think back to that scene.
Yeah.
How he just spazzed out.
Yeah, and that was the thing, is that he was spazzing out from running out of drugs.
If anyone on that show, though, the cast, had like probably the best turnaround for their life, it was him. It was Mike the Situation.
He's a totally new person.
Well, he went to, and he was talking about how his brother was like his business manager, right?
Yep.
What's that guy's name?
Mark.
Mark the Situation. That's right. Thank you, Maury. Mark the Situation. where they were talking about the taxes. And he's like, oh, it's time to pay taxes. And they were like, we'll do it next year. We'll do it next year. We'll do it next year. And then the guy knocked on the door and they were like, you're doing 8 months. Right? Sorry about that, Sitch. And yeah, he did time and everything.
So when he's been on this show, he probably was high too then.
Oh, I'm guaranteed.
Maybe.
Guaranteed. Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Paul Rudd.
Love Paul Rudd.
So he was talking about his exercise regime that he was going through while he was still part of the Marvel Universe, and just how crazy it was that he revealed what his reward food was.
Oh, love these.
Yeah. I like sparkling water. When I was having to train for the Ant-Man movie, and I was on a very restrictive diet, my reward was sparkling water.
What?
That's how horrible that diet was. I was like, oh, all right, I'm gonna have some sparkling water now. I've earned it, and train, work out, but so I was having a lot of sparkling water, and I think they're not all created equally, or equal. I like Pellegrino is great. I would choose that over a Perrier or something.
Straight to the Pellegrino.
Yeah,
So that was your cheat. That was your cheat day.
I like to my cheat day. Yeah, Perrier on the cheat day. It was a softer carbonation.
He's wrong. Heck? He's wrong. Perrier is a far superior, bigger bubbles.
Hold on a second, but that was his cheat?
Yeah, that's his reward.
Sparkling water?
I would hate that.
Like you see whenever The Rock posts about his cheat day, right?
Yes.
He'll have like a tray, like a party tray of sushi.
Right.
And then next to that, he'll have like a party tray of cookies.
Yes.
And next to the cookies, he'll have like a Costco size jar of peanut butter that he then spreads on top of those cookies.
Yes.
And Ant-Man's cheat meal is
San,
Perrier.
San Pellegrino.
Or San Pellegrino.
Yes.
What the hell?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Merriam-Webster's Dictionary has crowned its 2023 Word of the Year. Any guess? Mocha? What do you think the word of the year is? Think of things that have gone on in the world this year that maybe might relate to a word that people might search or use frequently.
Like the word.
2022, okay, I'll sort of put it in the context for you. 2022, last year's word of the year was gaslighting, because everybody was saying gaslighting all the time. You gaslighted me, bro.
Oh, is it the word like sick?
No.
No, as in...
Yo, you're sick to my stomach.
No, it's not.
It's not sick.
The word of the year is authentic.
Oh,
authentic.
Who said that this year?
So the interest was driven by stories and conversations about AI.
Got it.
So what was authentic, what was not authentic. Also the double meaning where people choose to refer to themselves as their sort of own, like their own personality, spirit, or character as being authentic. So
Got it.
It sort of made its way
Be your authentic self.
Be your authentic self.
So not sick.
No.
Yo, you're sick to my stomach.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Can money buy happiness?
Yes, absolutely.
No.
According to a new financial happiness report, 60% of people said that money can, in fact, buy happiness.
Like little moments of happiness.
Yeah. And achieving a certain net worth is key to contentment. Now, what is that number? What is the number where you would say that you would have in the bank where you're like, you know what? I'm good. If everything goes to hell, I'm not going to lose anything. I'd still be able to live a decent life. This is the number that people had to come up with. So what is that number? Damn it, Maury, I'll start with you. What is that number?
Oh, I'd say 500,000.
500,000. Shem, what is that number?
I was really going to agree with Maria there. I'm going to say $1 million.
$1 million. Maria, what is that number?
I'm going to go 1.5 mil.
1.5 mil.
Wow.
Mocha, what is that number?
No, I think it's going to be way lower just because the state of the world right now.
Yeah.
I think people, if they had access to like $150,000,
yeah,
they'd be able to try to get their way back up.
1.2 million is what people said. With record high credit card debt, declining personal savings, inflation, and everything else, so many people living paycheck to paycheck. Those polled now say they need to earn $284,000 a year just to be happy. However, for millennials, that number was over $500,000. And when it comes to retirement, a third of the people said that they would not be able to retire without having at least $3 million in savings.
I am never retiring.
Are you close though, more?
I'm in the red, so no.
Yeah, so you are
very much not close to that.
Like if your goal was 3 mil, you still have how much to go?
Oh, 3 mil. No, I'd say 3 point something mil. Like I have to.
Oh, you have to get out of the Reds first.
do this before that.
He's got to get to zero. He's got to work his way up to zero.
Right.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Dolly Parton, everybody loves Dolly Parton.
Yes.
Talking to Drew Barrymore, and she has really the most sensible and relatable reason, because the whole thing was she doesn't have a cell phone, everything else. Like if you want to get a hold of Dolly, you still have to fax. And that's how Dolly does it. And everybody's accusing Dolly of just being old and not knowing the tech. But really her reasoning is much clearer.
I'm a low-tech girl in a high-tech world, but I surround myself with all these people that are into that high-tech world, but I don't want to talk to everybody that wants to talk to me. I don't text because I don't want to have to answer. If somebody calls me, I'll answer if I want to talk to them, or I'll call them back when I can. Otherwise, I got too much to think about than to clutter my mind up with everything else. I'm certainly not a stupid person. I could learn it if I wanted to, but I'd rather just have my fax machine call in my creative stuff to my crew, and I've got the best crew in the world, and I surround myself with great people, but I just don't have time to just sit with my face in the phone all day.
Was that a clip of Roz or Dolly?
Shut up. Yeah. She doesn't want to talk to everybody who wants to talk to her. That's sensible.
You know what? I could agree with her.
Right?
I could agree with her.
Yes. That's sensible.
Not even a hello. Hey,
no.
how you doing?
No. Oh, God. The day that I no longer have to say hello to people.
You don't anyway.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Sports Illustrated said that it is firing the company that produced articles for its website written under the byline of authors who apparently don't exist. They were AI generated. So, but the company still says that they deny that these stories were written by AI. So what happened was they had a bunch of product reviews and stuff like this, where they hire a company to sort of write these things, and there's money exchanged and everything else.
Sure.
But there was one author who wrote an article named Drew Ortiz, and there was a picture of him and a bio and everything else. And then somebody found that picture was available for purchase on a website that sells AI-generated portraits. So the picture was AI-generated. There's no history of this individual anywhere in the world who has ever worked for or written for anyone else, although he has this beautiful bio.
Yeah.
Right?
Sports Illustrated.
Sports Illustrated.
Wow, what a way to break into the industry.
Right? Thank you. First piece with a picture. Not staff writer, not contributor. Drew Ortiz. with a
looking good, Drew.
Oh, and he looked great too. So they found that on a website that generates AI generated portraits, which is really interesting. And why does this matter? Because everybody went in on Sports Illustrated. It's because when you start getting into journalism, right, because that's what Sports Illustrated is, they market their whole brand, anybody in journalism, markets it, their values based around like truth and transparency, right? And so if something is AI generated, you have to say it's AI generated. And they found more of these articles on sportsillustrated.com. Tom Rosenthal, who's a professor of journalistic ethics, said...
Don't tell me he's fake too.
No, said the mistake is that they're trying to hide it and not doing it properly. If you want to be in the truth-telling business, with journalists claim to do, you shouldn't tell lies. A secret is a form of lying. So they've now fired the company that did all these AI-generated things. And even when you go through the articles, like people were going through the articles, and things were just written in a way when talking about basic things that AI clearly wrote that article, and it was not written by a human.
Oh, so what happened to Drew Ortiz?
Exactly. Batch delete.
Poor guy.
Yeah, see you later, Drew.
With that nice photo and everything.
Yeah, lost his pension, all that stuff.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
There's an AI-generated singer named Anna Indiana that has just released her...
Anna Indiana?
Yeah, Anna Indiana that has just released her first single. So here's a little bit from Anna herself.
You want the song?
No, the girl.
Hello, world. My name is Anna Indiana, and I'm so excited to share my music with you. Here's my first song, Betrayed by This Town. As an AI singer-songwriter, everything from the key, tempo, chord progression, melody notes, rhythm, lyrics, and my image and singing is auto-generated using AI. I hope you like it.
Oh my God.
Okay, so do you want to hear the song? This
Yeah.
is a 100% AI-generated track.
Faces painted with smiles, lies are told, a facade of unity, our vitality sold. So I sit here in silence, just wondering how to rewrite the tales. This town won't allow. Betrayed by this town, let's tear it all down.
It's kind of a bad song, but
yes.
She sounds like a young, like a Taylor Swift on the come up. Like
Yes.
there needs to be some work done.
It sounds like it was homemade, right?
100%.
But I will say this. If this is where AI is already...
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
Right? If this is... Remember what it was like last year when people were releasing AI songs? They were like... It was terrible and nobody was afraid of anything. But if this is where AI is now, how long until they're able to do something where you're like, wow, I love that song?
Yeah. Oh, not long. Like within the next year.
Not
Like this-
long.
It's not bad. Like it's not good, but it's also not bad. Like
Lies are told.
they're getting there.
I think it's going to get even crazier.
Yeah.
There's an audience for this, right? And I think it's deliberate that it sounds like Taylor
billions
Swift.
of streams or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I think the intrigue, like the melody, the chord progression, everything, it's there.
Do the words
It's
even
not perfect.
Do the words make sense? Because oftentimes I don't even listen to what the words are. But like, do the words make sense? Let me listen to this for a second.
We're all just destined to fall. We've lost it all. I've lost it all.
I'm all up in my feelings now. I'm paying too close attention.
We've lost it all.
We've lost it all.
Okay.
That's all right.
It's
Like,
but
getting
like-
there, though.
But it's getting there is what I'm saying, right? Like, that's crazy to thinking about where we were last year.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Disney hasn't had $1 billion movie this year. That's
poor
bad
them.
news. Wow.
Poor them. Oh
Wow.
no, I didn't make $1 billion.
Well, but I mean, if you still want like cool movies and stuff like that, they got to start cranking out some $1 billion movies, right? So major releases like the Marvels, Indiana Jones, and The Little Mermaid all failed to meet expectations. Even Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 only did $845 million. I
That's
know.
probably their best release of the year.
And their newest animated movie, Wish, has only made $48.9 million worldwide so far. So that's not looking good.
What are they going to do?
I don't know. They have to retool everything because they got to
wish upon a star.
What's that?
Maybe they'll just have to go wish upon a star.
Yeah, something like that because they got a lot of IP that they have to start cranking out stuff for, right? All the Star Wars things, they've calmed down on that. All the Marvel stuff, they're
Well,
trying to retool all that.
Weren't they talking about continuing, like kind of going back to the characters that everybody knows from like the newer version of Star Wars? So like Force Awakens, Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker, and continue along that kind of timeline?
Yeah, I just feel though that the way that series ended just left such a bad taste in the mouths of everyone that to even continue on with those characters, I don't know.
With like Poe.
No,
and Finn,
I don't think it would. I don't think it's going to help.
BB-8.
I really don't think it's going to help at all.
Ray.
Yeah, I don't think people are interested. I really don't. Are you?
I am.
You are?
Yeah, I would be.
You'd go to the theater?
I mean,
No.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The first reactions for Wonka are in.
And?
For Timothy Chalamet or Timothée Chalamet. Did you know that's how you say his name?
No.
Timothée? You didn't know that, Shem?
That's obnoxious.
It's French. Timothée. You didn't know that?
It's not Timothée?
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
How does he spell it, though?
I've never heard that in my life.
Timothée. It's Timothée.
Oh.
Timothée Chalamet.
She's a French immersion teacher.
T-I-M.
Yeah. O-T-H-E-E.
No.
If there's two E's, wouldn't it be Timothy?
No, that is Timothy.
No, it's not.
How do you spell it again?
Timothée.
Yeah. That's Timothy.
Yeah.
If I was arguing with my mother, that's what she would say. Actually, no, she would say it's
Play
Timothy.
I have a clip. Play the clip. This is from Timothy Chalamet in an interview. Listen to
You're
this.
Timothy, and because your dad's French, are you really Timothée?
It's supposed to be Timothée, but that always just seemed like too obnoxious a requirement to put on people. So Timothy, Tim, Timmy,
After
Doug,
your third
Max,
Oscar,
Alex.
you can go back to Timothée. I think it's
good.
good.
Oh God.
See, it's Timothée Chalamet.
Timothée.
Timothée.
No, it's Timothy.
Chalamet. Shamalama ding dong.
Yep, facts.
They say Timothy Chalamet was praised, so they're calling him charming, pitch perfect. One of the other reviews says Wonka is a super charming delight powered by an exceptional performance from Timothée Chalamet. Somebody else says it can get quite silly, and there's a few plot points that are a tad on the thin side, but that couldn't stop such an impossibly sweet film with a hefty and very effective dose of sincerity from warming my heart. Variety says Wonka is a winning confection filled with perfect amounts of charm, whimsy, and poignancy, powered by pure imagination and bright, nimble musical numbers. They go on to say Timothée Chalamet is a charisma factory, and he is full committal, and his full committal is intoxicating. So he's getting crazy good reviews for this.
Explain. Wonka it's not a retelling of Charlie and the
origin story.
Yes, it's the origin story of Willy Wonka.
Okay.
Yes.
But they sing some of the original songs.
Do they?
Yeah.
I don't know. People are loving the music in it though too. That's the other thing. What are some of the original songs?
Look at me, come and see.
That sounds like an OnlyFans bio.
Yeah, you got to pay extra for that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
John Hamm is on season 5 of Fargo, and he's nude in it. John Hamm also had that sex scene where he was partially nude in the morning show. John Hamm doing a lot of nude these days. He was on Jimmy Kimmel talking about the logistics of being John Hamm nude on set.
When your co-stars, we saw the back, what are the actors in the front seeing at that time?
The glory of God's creation, really. Yeah. There's no that and a flesh-colored sock that is cinched around. It's not pleasant. None of it's pleasant.
What do they call that thing? There's a name for it, right?
Well, they call it a sock, Jimmy.
Oh my God!
Thank you very much. That's not actually what I was going for, but I think there's. And that is something that you affix yourself, or is there a sock handler?
Oh my God!
If there is, I did not use.
You didn't
that.
have one, yeah.
I was hands-on for that.
You tied it on yourself.
Going on 52 years of experience.
Yeah, you know how to do it.
Yeah, I'm real good.
And how tight does that get cinched up? Is
tight enough.
Yeah.
Tight enough so it ain't going anywhere.
You had 2 nipple rings in that scene as well.
I sure did. It was a lot.
Were those real?
Oh, no.
Oh,
no.
okay.
Well, they were real nipple rings pierced through a fake nipple, if that makes any sense.
You were wearing fake nipples?
Yes, I was.
Wow. That's a whole scene right there.
John Hamm.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Eddie Murphy talking about how he and his family, keep in mind, Eddie Murphy has 10 children, how they spend the holidays.
Do you have a Christmas tradition? Just everybody getting together, and I go all out on Christmas.
That's a lot of folks you're getting together, Eddie.
I got 10 kids, and it's really all the family comes around, and just a house full of people, and that's my favorite dish.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for Nick Cannon? Because it seems like he's trying to outdo you.
How many kids does he have?
He's got 12 now.
Lord have mercy. You don't need no advice.
I can't unhear donkey. I just can't.
I know, donkey.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Taylor Swift is apparently shacking up with Travis Kelce in his brand new $6 million Kansas City house for the next few weeks. I guess over the holidays, because her tour has come to an end for the time being, I guess. I don't know if she has any shows coming up or not. I was hearing from a few fans from people that I know out on the West Coast in Vancouver who were sort of pissed.
Why?
Because she announced the Vancouver dates way after she announced the Toronto dates, and everybody had just assumed that it was going to be Toronto or nothing.
Because there's 6 nights.
It's 6 nights. And so it was tickets, hotel, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then once all that was said and done, then she announced Vancouver, and now they're like trying to get out of the hotel bookings that they had, which is very difficult because everybody knows it's going to be a crazy week, trying to sell those tickets to buy tickets
but there's
in
going to be people
Vancouver.
out there who would be willing to pay.
They're just
unloading the ticket. Yes, I agree.
They're pissed that if she was going to announce Canadian dates, she should have announced Vancouver and Toronto at the same time.
But the same thing happened when they didn't announce any Canadian dates and all the Canadians flew to LA or other places.
Yeah,
it's the same situation.
Well, no, it's not, because there at that point there sort of was no option and there was no even talk of Canadian dates, right? It's just that it was so close together. Like, it wasn't that far apart.
Isn't Vancouver close to LA? They could have gone to LA.
Well, no, but it's trying to avoid going to somewhere when she's coming to your hometown.
Bro,
that's the whole thing.
No, I'm just saying.
They're trying to avoid getting on a plane and paying for a hotel.
Sounds like a fun weekend.
I'm just saying, people are pissed. That's all I'm saying, man. People are allowed to be pissed.
I'm looking at it half full.
It's not half full for them. It's like an extra $2,000.
The bank account's empty.
Right? Yes. It's
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Tina Knowles came out on social to defend Beyonce. So Beyonce attended the Renaissance movie premiere over the weekend, and she wore a silver dress because the whole thing was silver, right?
Yeah.
She wanted everybody to wear silver. Her hair, she had like a blonde wig on, very blonde. And in a couple of the pictures, it looked like her skin was much lighter than it normally is. That could have been editing, it could have been lighting, it could have been a bunch of different things.
Could be a reflection off of her dress?
But there were pictures of Beyonce looking white with blonde hair.
Okay.
And she was then being accused of trying to look too white. Some people even saying that she was, bleaching her skin.
Oh, God.
And Beyonce's mom, Tina, was just not having it. And then somebody from TMZ actually reached out to Beyonce's hairstylist to get a statement about fans' comments that Beyonce was trying to be white. And Tina said, well, that made my blood boil, that this white woman felt so entitled to discuss her blackness. What's really most disappointing is that to some black people, yes, you bozos that's on social media, lying and faking and acting like you're so ignorant that you don't understand that black women have worn platinum hair since the Etta James days. She goes on to say that Beyonce would be pissed at her for sharing this post, but she had to do it because she was fed up. She says every time she does something, she works her ass off, is a statement of her work ethic, talent, and resilience. Here, you sad little haters come out the woodwork. Jealousy and racism, sexism, double standards. You perpetuate those things instead of celebrating a sister or just ignoring her if you don't like her. I am sick of you losers. So that's what Tina Knowles had to say after posting the picture on social media. Damn.
Good for you,
Did you
Tina.
see the picture, though? Did you see the picture, Shem?
I didn't. I'm gonna look
Look it up right now.
She was where? At the what?
She was at the Renaissance movie premiere, and there's a couple of pictures of her, and I don't know whether it's just like a creative thing that they did with the pictures or what it was, but she looks like Ariana, like she doesn't even look like Ariana Grande. She looks like Kim Kardashian.
I was going to say, she looks very much like Kim Kardashian in these pictures.
Yeah.
Like, very much like her.
But you see what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I don't know what it is. I don't think the woman's bleaching her skin.
No.
But those pictures definitely look like, if that was on the cover of Vogue, you would say people would be blaming the photographer for lightening her skin.
Sure.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah. Her skin, she does look a lot lighter than I think we're used to seeing.
But it could be a number of
lighting, a whole bunch of things.
It could be creative. It could be lighting. It could be whatever. But yes, those pictures, she does look significantly lighter skinned, but that doesn't mean she's lightening her skin.
I don't think so.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Believe by Cher turns 25 this year. And life after love. That's all I know of the song. Do you know the next line, Mark?
I could see your face inside myself. I didn't mean to.
That's where it ends right there. That's what it is. Come on.
Yeah.
She sat down with Harry Smith from the Today Show. Harry Smith, old as well, and here.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no! What are they talking about?
But you would think that
vitamins and probiotics.
But you would think that Cher at 77, has like maybe a different relationship with aging than we all do. Maybe she has a secret. She really doesn't.
How amazing is it that Believe is 25 years old?
It's not that amazing, okay? It pisses the out of me, and you can't put that out.
Yes, we can.
Okay, good. No, it just is like, what is this?
So you and Age, you're not friends?
No, my mother didn't mind, but I do. I hate it.
I had a tough time with 70.
I'd give anything to be 70 again.
What? Wait, how old is Cher now?
77.
77?
Yeah.
And she only wants to go back 7
Yeah,
years.
she's like, I would give anything to be 70 again.
Well, I thought she would be like, 30, 35, even 25.
No, I think
right?
when you're 77, you'd be like, no, you know what? I'd just take 70 at this
looks
point.
great for 77.
She looks great. She got a young boyfriend, all this other stuff, right? But yeah. I guess when you're 77, somebody's like, oh, 70, you lucky bastard.
Yeah, you're so jealous.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Sebastian Stan.
Winter Soldier.
He was also nominated for a bunch of awards for the Pam and Tommy show that he did on Hulu.
Yeah.
He has been cast as a young Donald Trump in a new movie called The Apprentice.
What?
From a Iranian filmmaker who won the Cannes Prize a few years ago. So the movie, they say, is an exploration of power and ambition set in a world of corruption and deceit. The Apprentice will examine Donald Trump's efforts to build his real estate business in New York in the 70s and 80s, also digging into his relationship with his infamous attorney, Roy Cohn. So Roy Cohn in the movie, his infamous attorney, is going to be played by Jeremy Strong from Succession.
Wow.
And Ivanka Trump in the movie, Donald's wife, is going to be played by Maria Bakalova from Guardians of the Galaxy and the Borat sequel.
Oh my God, what?
Yeah.
That's
so
a
it's
big
like a
cast.
legit movie.
Wow.
Because Jeremy
quite the
Strong's
cast.
like full method, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't go from Succession to doing like garbage. Like he's just not that kind of guy. So I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of interested in this now.
Yeah, same.
Right? I'm down with that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Elon Musk was apologizing for retweeting, or I guess focusing on, I don't know what he did, that anti-Semitic tweet that got him in all sorts of hot water, and then he went off to Israel and met with Netanyahu and all this other stuff. And then advertisers started bailing. Some big advertisers started bailing on X. And Elon yesterday was at the 2023 DealBook Summit in New York. Big, huge panel, live audience, everything else. And they were talking about Bob Iger, CEO of Disney, and how Disney was one of the big companies that pulled out. And now everybody's saying that this could actually be, if all these advertisers dip, it could be the end of Twitter or X. Ooh. So this is Elon's response.
Apology tour, if you will. That this had been said online. There was all of the criticism. There was advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger today.
I hope they stop.
You hope?
Don't advertise.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go yourself.
But
go yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
Well, let me ask you then.
That's how I feel. Don't advertise.
Damn.
Okay, so.
Nasty.
You want to fight?
So he's going to blame if X falls. He will take none of the blame. He will blame it all on advertisers.
What was Bob Iger's response? Or like, did anyone see like the look on his face?
I don't even know if he was there. Elon just
because he
that.
said like if you're in the audience.
Yeah,
Oh, if you're in the audience.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I don't even know if he was there, but yes.
And Bob Iger didn't go on social anywhere.
Oh God, no.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I am not familiar with the nerd emoji at all. I don't know this emoji.
I use it all the
Great
time.
emoji.
You do? It's a great emoji. So show it to me. So it's from what I understand, it's an emoji with dark glasses and buck teeth, right?
Yeah, this one.
Yes.
Let me see. Okay, yes. Well, apparently there's a 10-year-old kid in the UK who is uncomfortable with the nerd emoji and thinks that it is insulting to people like him who wear glasses. So he's launched an online petition to have it tweaked. He wants the teeth replaced with a smile and for it to now be called a genius emoji, which is the nerdiest thing I've ever heard.
We have a clip of him if you want.
No.
There's already a genius emoji.
What's that?
Like the kid with the graduation hat.
But is that the genius emoji?
No, that's just graduating emoji.
Yeah, but still, I'm a genius. Like, look at me.
So
Graduating cap.
I don't know how many signatures, but last somebody checked, there was 160 signatures on it.
Oh my God.
I don't want to goof on a 10-year-old. Where's the clip of him? More? You said we have a clip of him?
Yeah, it's in the system there.
Where is it? I didn't see it.
Hi, my name's Teddy and I'm competing against this horrible emoji. So this petition is all about changing the nerd emoji and making people with glasses feel like they're special. I hate the teeth at the bottom and the name. It's making me feel sad and upset. This is what I would like because it's not got the stupid teeth, it's got a little grey and it's got a nicer name, the genius emoji. So if you want to help me and all the other people in the world with glasses get rid of this emoji, then sign our petition online and we will get this in the bin.
But it's not the glasses emoji, it's the nerd emoji.
I just want to sign it because I feel bad.
But the nerd emoji has glasses.
I feel the same way. I feel bad after hearing this.
But
kid.
it's not.
I
But like,
know.
why can't they just do is there no emoji where somebody's wearing glasses?
No,
He doesn't like the teeth.
But what I'm saying is
there
that
are glasses emoji, but there are no emoji face with glasses only. It's
Okay.
glasses
Yeah.
with the buck
Okay,
teeth.
so this is what needs to happen.
Or
then.
glasses with a mustache.
The petition needs to be just make a regular emoji with glasses, as opposed to getting rid of the beloved nerd emoji. I don't think you should get rid of the nerd emoji because that's appropriate.
Like if you
It's
type glasses,
fine.
the same one comes up.
Is it called the nerd emoji or is it called glasses emoji, though?
No, you can type in nerd and
Yeah.
that will show. That's the
Oh,
only one that shows
okay,
up.
so-
you type in glasses,
Yeah.
that one shows up.
Yeah.
The emoji with the sunglasses shows up, and then
Gotcha.
the emoji with the disguise sunglasses and mustache shows up.
Oh, okay. So there's no just straight up normal emoji wearing glasses
No.
then.
No.
Okay, so then they need to build one of those then. I agree with that, but don't get rid of the nerd emoji. Nerds
I
are
love
fun.
that one.
Nerds are great.
Thank you.
Right? Ain't nothing wrong with nerds.
I use that emoji all the time, guys.
Yeah, what do you use it for? Like, what's the appropriate time to use a nerd emoji?
Like sometimes when we're nerding out in the wrestling group chat,
Yeah.
like that
You just
emoji
fi-
get thrown,
yeah.
thrown
Yeah.
around. Yeah.
If I say something smart.
You use the nerd emoji?
Yes.
Good one.
Do you use the nerd
Thanks.
emoji, Maury?
I haven't had the opportunity.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Everybody posting all their Spotify best ofs and the most listened tos and the lists, all that stuff. Weird Al Yankovic took to social media to thank fans, but also take a shot at Spotify themselves.
Hey, how you doing? Al here. Look, I'll make this really quick. I just want to thank you all for your amazing support. It's my understanding that I had over 80 million streams on Spotify this year. So if I'm doing the math right, that means I earned $12. So, enough to get myself a nice sandwich at a restaurant. So from the bottom of my heart, thanks for your support and thanks for the sandwich.
Yo, $12 is $12, bro.
I love it. SZA was all over the Spotify list.
Of course she was.
Number 2 on most streamed songs in the U.S. Number 2 on the most streams album in the U.S. She was the most streamed song globally, number 2 for Kill Bill. And Variety just named SZA the hitmaker of the year.
Yes,
And one
big
of the
up
things
SZA.
she was talking about is when people leak or release her unfinished music. And her opinion is that, well, when you release a song that's unfinished, I'm not going to finish it, which is kind of cool. So she said, when people leak my songs, they ruin them. That then it's not mine anymore. It's actually yours. It's something unfinished that you decided was ready to be shared. And it's like, F you, now I'm not releasing it. Play your leak. But you're not going to bully me into dropping music. I'm now embarrassed by this less than correct version that you put out. You've sent me into this weird space creatively when you could have just waited for me, but you're selfish. So great attitude towards that. One of the things that came up in the Variety interview that she did was when her label gave consideration to Rihanna. So I guess SZA, it was her song. The writers had given it to her, and she did a whole lot of stuff with it. But then they wound up giving it to Rihanna. So here's consideration, because I didn't know the song before this.
Like that beat.
I come fluttering in for Neverland. Time can never stop me. No, 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 no. I know you tried to. I come riding in on a pale white horse, selling now high, still less fortunate. I do advise.
Yeah, it's a fire song right there.
So here is SZA talking about the frustration over that ordeal.
I cared so much, and I was so just frustrated, and I felt like I'll never have anything this cool again. I'll never make anything this cool again, and that was so crazy and so wrong because it was like the centerpiece to my album at the time, and for her it was just like part of her album, and I was like, please no. I had just shot a video for it, and I was about to drop it in a couple of days. It was already done, whatever the conversation, label wise, whatever was already done. So it was just a matter of accepting, and in hindsight it was so hard to go and accept, but now it's I'm so glad that happened and that it didn't cost me anything. If anything, I just gained a bunch from it, and I thank God that I made cool music outside of that again. And I don't know why I just really thought my creativity would just stop, and it was the pinnacle of what I could make. If she has it, then I'll just never be anything.
But I could understand in the moment you have this project. It is yours. In your mind, it is yours, and you want to share it with the world. And then it's somebody else's decision. Guess what? It's not yours.
Yeah. Yes.
And you pour your heart and soul into it.
Rihanna was nice to give her a writing credit and leave part of her in the song.
Yeah.
Well, she had to give her a writing
that's
credit. Right?
That's the business, though, right?
Yeah.
It's a cruel, cruel place.
If you
man.
look up, so Neo, for example, before he became Neo the singer, he had always been a songwriter. And if you just go online and search what songs did Neo write or who did Neo write for, you'll see all this big Beyonce that he wrote for before he became who he is.
Right.
Like Julia Michaels too, right?
Julia Michaels
She
as
wrote-
well.
She wrote for everybody.
Yeah.
And there were people fought over her songs.
Yes.
There were a ton of pop
Well,
artists.
you have brilliant
that
songwriters
that were fighting over. But that's the thing. If you're not the chief architect, if the thing with SZA that she talks about is that she doesn't play any instruments, right?
Yeah.
The only thing SZA is doing is she'll get a melody in her head, sing it into her phone, and that's sort of as far as the process that she can go. She can't sit at a piano, she can't do all this stuff. So to have absolute ownership over something is just not her world.
Yeah.
Right? And so you rely on these brilliant songwriters, and then the next thing you know, you shoot a video, and they're like, yeah, no, actually, we're giving it to Rihanna. It's crazy to me.
But then, look,
it's crazy.
How long after SZA became who she is now? If not for that experience, would we have got the SZA that we have now?
When was that? When did this happen? When did Rihanna release that song? It had to have been a while ago, right?
Yeah, that song's on the Rihanna's Anti album.
It was 2015, right?
Yeah.
Oh, SZA been around that long?
That long, man.
No.
She's been writing for a long time.
No, really?
Long time, man.
Same thing with Barry Manilow. He wrote for everyone.
You know what? How do I get the
I
reputation?
saw that eye roll, Mocha.
Yeah. How do I get the reputation?
I know.
Right?
We're talking about cool guy stuff here.
Yeah.
Right? cool people stuff.
Like, there was no other reference you could make, Maury. There's nobody else you could have said.
At least
was
I
a
brought up
writer.
someone who everyone else knows still.
Like, nobody even knows who that is.
Couldn't tell you who that was.
Nobody knows who that is.
Maria, you don't know who Barry Manilow is?
No.
No. Do you know who Neo is? And who
Yeah, I know who Neo is.
You know who Beyonce is, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
You
so
know the song here at the Copacabana.
Oh, I
Thank
danced
you.
it when I was in dance school.
There you go.
To that song.
Okay.
Wow.
Enough. No more Barry Manilow reference.
Anyway, big up to SZA, who had an incredible 2023.
Yay, SZA.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So we finally got the dirt on Hall & Oates
Oh. What happened?
with their big falling out. Remember, there was like a
they were
restraining
beefing.
order, and it was right. They were just about to go out on tour and all this stuff. So
wasn't one of them like on?
he was on with. He was talking to Bill Maher. Daryl Hall was talking to Bill Maher, saying that it was less of a partnership and more of an agreement, and that they weren't actually equal partners in writing the music, and he was taking all the credit for it and everything else.
No, but
so
didn't one of them have to wasn't he like on tour or making appearances, and he couldn't say the other one's name? He just had to appear as solo?
So in court filings, here's what went down with the whole thing. So Daryl Hall alleges that Oates tried to sell their catalog to Primary Wave Music. This is the company that bought like Prince's catalog, Stevie Nicks' catalog, everybody's catalog. And Hall laid out his accusation against Oates, saying that the sale was completely clandestine and a bad faith move, that it was in blatant violation of the longstanding business agreement between the two of them. And he went on to describe this as the ultimate partnership betrayal.
Oh,
Wait, but wouldn't Hall get some of the money?
He tried to sell his half, which meant that he would then have to deal with this company, Primary Wave Music, in anything that he wanted to do moving forward.
Oh, geez.
And not with Oates.
Trifling.
Right?
Damn, Oates.
Come on, Oates.
What you doing to your mans? You guys made millions for decades.
I know. Just sing the songs, man.
Yeah.
Right? Just sing the songs.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
R.I.P. Shane McCowan. He was a sort of punk rock legend, Hellraiser, all that stuff. He was also the toothless singer from the band called the Pogues.
Oh, okay.
You probably won't know any of their songs other than the one that you hear at Christmas time all the time, which is the Fairy Tale of New York.
It was Christmas Eve, babe.
I just watched an interview from years ago with Kiefer Sutherland talking about Shane McGowan, and Kiefer Sutherland. You know, Kiefer Sutherland drinks and parties, right? So I guess they were in some bar, and he and Shane McGowan got in an argument about Scotland.
Oh no!
And then they started fist fighting, rolling around on the floor
in the bar.
And then Kiefer Sutherland was like, "This guy's got a cast on his arm and he's got no teeth. I'm not going to fight this guy."
Yeah.
So Kiefer goes to the bar and he sits there, and then he just keeps drinking, and then the bar's about to close down, and 3 hours later, Shane McGowan taps him on the shoulder and goes, "Yo, I need a place to stay tonight."
Oh,
and
no.
Kiefer Sutherland's like, 3 hours ago, we were just fist fighting. And he goes, "I know, that was 3 hours ago. Right now, I need a place to stay tonight."
So what happened?
They had a sleepover.
Hey, yo, that's friends right there. Yo.
And
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Christmas at Graceland was a big NBC special last night. Get ready for the goosebumps, okay? I'm just warning everybody right now. Get ready for the goosebumps. Lana Del Rey was there, and she did this version of Unchained Melody.
My love, my darling, I hungered for your touch.
Guys, I have goosebumps already.
Right?
I start crying.
I love Lana Del Rey.
And time goes by
Oh, this is beautiful.
so slowly, and time can do so much.
Wow.
Okay. Oh, and it only gets better. It
Okay.
only gets better. So Post Malone was there looking dynamite. Like he's slim now, showed up in a shiny leopard print suit, and he's playing out in the back of Graceland by the swimming pool. So first thing, Posty comes out and introduces himself.
My name is Austin Richard Post. I hope everybody's having a beautiful holiday and having a great night and Merry Christmas. It is so badass to be performing here at this really bitchin' pool here at Graceland. And
Yes.
I love you, and I love you, Elvis. Tonight I will be performing Devil in Disguise. Thank you.
So here is Post Malone. It's just him and a guitar doing Devil in Disguise.
Look like an angel.
Come on.
Walk like an angel.
He's so good.
Talk like an angel. But I got one. You're the devil in disguise.
Yo, Post Malone is one of my favorite artists.
Yeah.
You fool me with your kisses.
Oh my God, so good.
I don't know if I was thinking about this when I was watching this clip. I don't know if I've ever seen an artist who visually looks like he can only do one thing, who is actually able to do everything. You know what I mean? If you look at Post Malone, you kind of put him in a box.
Sure.
Right?
100%.
But when you actually start digging into what Post Malone is capable of, he may be the most versatile artist
Yes.
in the last, I would say, 25 years.
He could
20
do rock,
years?
He could do pop. He could do country. He is great at country.
Like he's good at all the genres.
He could do hip hop. Yeah, he's amazing. I did. You know how like all the year-end rap stuff is happening,
Yes,
right? Spotify,
yeah.
Apple Music, and everything, right? So on your phone, like on Apple Music, I can go in and see. It'll show me like my top artists, top songs, all the stuff that I listen to the most for the year.
Yeah.
And Post Malone is my number one
Is he
artist,
really,
my most
huh?
listened to artist for 2023.
Yeah. I don't know. Is there
That's
a more,
great.
Is there a more versatile artist right now working? Who's more versatile than Post Malone?
Not more versatile, but also versatile. Like Jamie Foxx is pretty versatile, but not maybe.
Jamie Foxx can't do this.
No. He's versatile, but he's not as versatile as Post Malone.
No, yeah.
I would
And he's
agree.
an actor too, right? Like he's good.
Yeah.
He's a good actor as well.
That makes me. I gotta hear this again.
Yeah.
This is great. Post Malone.
Walk like an angel. Talk like an angel.
Oh my God, so good.
This right here.
You're the devil in disguise.
Oh.
Yes, you are. Devil in disguise.
Tell Mocha what he did after the song.
And then as soon as it was finished, he jumped in the pool.
Did he?
In the Elvis pool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with his guitar.
Yeah.
Guitar, clothes, everything.
Yeah.
I love you so very much. And I love you so very much, Elvis. Have a great night and a Merry Christmas.
And splash. Ready? There you go.
Let's go, baby!
Yes,
my guy,
I
love it.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.